Welcome to Reshoot, amateurs in no suits, too many movies to explore. Ruthie, Hector, and Ed, laughter till the end, let's see something never done before. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Welcome
Such a long pause.
Welcome to Reshoot, an amateur's guide to good or film, where we find movies we like or dislike and we try and fix them.
But we're not doing that today because I picked a bad movie last time. Sorry, we're not doing High Life. There were some very sensitive topics in that movie, and we do not feel comfortable talking about it.
Yeah, several sensitive topics. I'm not shitting on Ed, but
for the next time, I'm definitely gonna read up on at least if there are any sensitive topics for movies that I haven't seen. If I pick those, so my bad.
Shout out, Does the Dog Die? I love that website. If you need triggers, that is the perfect website because you can either find all the spoilers that you need for your triggers, or you can just know, hey, this is what bullshit is in your movie. A lot of categories.
So there's a way to
you
see it
so what it does is it'll list out the stuff, and then if you want to learn more, there's comments.
Okay.
You go read the comments.
Good. Okay. So I guess we should give our names too.
Should we?
Should we?
Okay. I'm Ed.
I'm Ruthie. Damn it. No, I'm Hector.
No, I'm Ruthie.
I'm Dirty Dan.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so this episode, we're just gonna talk about good and bad endings and what we think makes them good and what we think makes them bad.
Yeah, I thought that would be interesting. We've been going at this for a little over a year now. I feel like we've kind of established what little credibility we can offer.
What?
Exactly. And we can talk about what we think, in our own opinions, makes a good or a bad ending. And it might also help us later with our reshoots.
Yeah. Take this with a grain of salt, because again, it's all subjective. So if you're gonna come at us with pitchforks, we're gonna eat those pitchforks.
Yum yum.
There's one movie ending I'm going to talk about that I think is completely objective how terrible it is.
And that is a hot take. I already had my hot take for the year. I'm not due for another one until
Dude,
March.
I have so many hot takes for so many movies.
Keep it to one a year.
Nah, dude. I think Invisible Man is probably one of the best movies that came out in 2020.
Wait, that's your hot take?
Well, okay. All the movies that came out in 2020, plus all the ones that came out in 2021 that were supposed to come out in 2020, I think Invisible Man tops that list.
You're telling me Invisible Man is better than the movie that saved movie theaters?
Demon Slayer?
No, Trolls 2.
Oh my god.
That movie came out before. No, it was during lockdown.
That's because it was supposed to be Tenet.
Oh,
Tenet was the movie that was supposed to make.
Oh god, I miss your thing. Yeah.
Tenet. Invisible Man is better than Tenet. It's better than close to No Time to Die, in my opinion. Dune is an incomplete movie. Invisible Man is better than Tenet. It's close to No Time to Die. Dune is an incomplete movie, so I don't feel comfortable comparing anything to Dune yet. Give me 2 years when the sequel comes out. What other movies came out this year? I don't know. Or that came out this year that was supposed to come out in 2020. It's a thing.
Last Night in Soho.
That was right.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Last Night in Soho, but was that supposed to come out in 2020?
I think so. I assume every movie was.
No, not all of these.
No, but I think
I know French Dispatch was supposed to come out.
Yeah.
Or late 2020. Maybe.
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't know.
No, we still haven't seen that one yet.
Anyways,
yeah, we should actually get to the actual movies that we picked.
Yes.
We can give our hot takes later.
Yeah.
Maybe on Twitter. That's the best place to give hot takes.
Obviously.
Very accepting.
Twitter is the perfect place for an audience to unbiasedly listen to your hot takes and accept them unjudgingly.
Twitter's a perfect place.
Yeah.
Put my hot take on Twitter. Okay, so my 5 movies, 3 of them we can just talk about whenever. 2 I want to talk about one right after the other.
Okay.
So, Repo Man and Shutter Island.
Okay. Never seen either of them, but go on.
Yeah, I don't know how much I can contribute. I know nothing.
Oh, jeez. Okay, all right. So this one has a story attached to it. about me. Back when I wasn't super into movies, I watched Shutter Island off the request of my brother. And Shutter Island. Oh. Wait, what? Shutter Island. Okay, keep going. Let me start over. So this one has a story attached to it. Whatever. Yeah, I watched Shutter Island off the request of my brother, and it was a very good movie. I loved it a lot. And back then I was watching movies just to watch movies. And then I watched it a second time after I was actually analyzing movies for the first time, and it got so much better. Anyways, afterwards I watched Repo Men. Don't ask me why. I just watched it to watch it. And I personally thought that ending was like shocking. So much so that I even said it was like more shocking than Shutter Island's ending. And Repo Man's ending actually sucks huge donkey pee-pee, because the ending has nothing to do with the plot. It's like it's so weird. Like in Repo Man, there's a scene where like the guy almost gets caught, and the bad guy cop, even though he's kind of a good guy, is goes to smash his head with a rock or something, and then he misses, and whatever, it goes off, and good guy wins. And then all of a sudden he's at a beach with his wife and like with this girl that he likes and his buddy cop, and then things start glitching out, and he's like, what the fuck? And then it cuts to that scene where he crushed his head with a rock actually happened, and he has a thing on his head that is making him like have this dream sequence. And I'm like, wow, what a shocking ending. Half of the movie didn't even happen in real life. Well, Shutter Island's ending actually has to do with the plot, where, he was actually crazy all along. He actually did commit a terrible crime, killing several people. And he goes through this entire thing that they reveal at the end has already happened before, and they made a breakthrough, and he realized his delusions, and he became sane, but he reverted back. And in the end, it is heavily implied that he still knows that his psychiatrist comes up to him and talks to him, and Leo says that like something about like the missing prisoner, which was like the delusion kind of thing. And the psychiatrist like looks at the main guy of this Shutter Island asylum place and like shakes his head saying, oh no, it didn't work again. And then when the two people come to take him away to lobotomize him, he tells the psychiatrist, is it better to live as a monster or die a good man? And he goes off with the lobotomizers, heavily implying that it has worked, that he did not revert back, but he's choosing to basically die. And that has to do with the entire plot of the movie. And it makes sense. Repo Man doesn't make sense.
What about those those endings in particular? What made them good in your eyes, I guess?
The shock factor, the shock factor is like a thing that is a thing about like good endings. Sometimes like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened kind of thing. But Repo Man, the ending has nothing to do with the plot, basically. Like they give you hints that thing that's on your head is a thing that exists in the world, but it's just the shock factor ending for the shock factor looking for a bad ending that they couldn't come up with themselves, I guess. While Shutter Island has a shock factor ending, especially that scene in the lighthouse is so good. What is with movies and lighthouses that makes them so good? About like when he's revealing everything to Leonardo DiCaprio's character, like the shock factor for Shutter Island also has to do with the plot. Is all I'm basically saying. Like your ending can't be shocking just to be shocking. Really, it has to follow like ideas that the story has already put in, but like that it flows, especially if you're going for a shock factor ending.
I agree.
So I don't know if Hector, I don't think you've seen this, but Ed, have you seen Grace?
I think I did a very long time ago, but I don't remember much about it.
Yeah. So at the very end of Grease, all the main characters, they pile into the race car, Grease Lightning, and the very, very end of the movie, the car's like taking off, and then it like lifts up into the air and it flies off. And then you get like the end and all the end credits and stuff. But that was a holdover from the musical Grease, where they did that in like theater effects.
I would say, like, that was a theater effects thing. Why is this a weird? Is this a?
Oh, the plane lifts the car up.
As much as I don't really like Grease as a concept for reasons I don't want to get into right now, I'm not going to go over it right now. But
okay,
that actually seems like a fine. That part of the ending actually seems fine. No,
I mean, what are you trying to tell me about this ending?
Well, like, maybe not to the plot, but it is like paying an homage to the story of Grease, because that's from the theater, and it is kind of shocking if you've never seen it. I was really confused by it the first time. Do you think that
if it's an homage to, since it's like based on a play, like, I guess that's fine. I don't know, but I'm talking like real shock factor endings, which there's another movie I want to talk about that has that kind of ending. I mean, Uncut Gems also shock factor ending.
Yeah.
And I like that one also. That's another movie I was going to talk about though.
Which one?
But yeah.
Well, since you mentioned lobotomization, that kind of ties into the one I have.
Oh.
Dr. Cat in the Hat?
What?
They lobotomized that book. I like the movie, but my God, I like the movie, but
yeah, no, it is very different from the book. Anyways, no, the movie I had in mind was Sucker Punch.
Yes.
I always was of the mind when I was younger, you had to have a happy ending for it to be like a good ending. Like a lot of unhappy endings were always felt so unsatisfying to me. And then I saw Sucker Punch for the first time. I was like, I had to be like 10, 11, 12. And I was emotionally moved by this movie. Like, I know a lot of people hate it. It's not a movie where you can have a middling opinion. And I was on the love it side. And then the ending came and I was, what? Because it was definitely not a happy ending. The main character offers herself up as a sacrifice so that one other character can escape from the mental asylum. So she gets out. The other character, the main character, she gets lobotomized, but the other one gets free and she gets to go home. And that was, it blew my mind. Like it was satisfactory to the plot, but it was like a poetic victory. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I love Sucker Punch too. And I remember watching it and being like, yeah, so like shocked by the ending because it is a shocking ending, but again, has to do with the plot if you paid attention, because that movie is so weird. Like it starts like it shows you that she's in a mental asylum, and then it turns into a strip club kind of place, or like a club for people with girl dancers, and then when she's dancing it turns into like a fantasy weird like thing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's such a colorful movie too. I love it.
It is beautiful.
I've noticed something you guys have mentioned. Yeah, hi, I'm still in the podcast and I didn't talk a lot.
Sorry.
No. It's just a joke at me. No, it's a joke at me, not at me being quiet. I've noticed something, and it's something I want to bring up.
Okay.
Every time you guys talk about an ending you liked or disliked, what's the one key thing?
It fits with the story.
Besides that,
shocking.
Why were you fine with Repo Men for a while?
Because it was a shocking ending.
And it's an emotion.
Oh,
it has to pull at your heart.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I feel like that's what makes, because I agree, it has to fit with the plot, it has to make sense.
That's
but
what
I feel like
are.
The heart is something that I guess not a lot of people talk about when it comes to endings.
Okay.
Movies are supposed to evoke an emotion, and all of these that I have bought evoked a very strong emotion for me throughout the movie.
You know, oh, sorry, come on.
Talking about Uncut Gems again. Sorry, but like that movie was just a stress from beginning to end. That's an emotion, right?
That's the reason I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I know it's stressful, and I'm like, God,
it's really stressful.
I don't want to go
from
to
the beginning to the end.
Up to my therapist, like, hey, I need help because I saw one movie.
It is a cathartic ending.
Okay, you know, it's one movie that we've all seen that I thought really was safe by just the emotion that ending gave. Shadow.
Oh, yeah.
So if anyone who doesn't know this, it's a movie for 2019. It's a wuxia movie from 2019, right, Ed? Well,
I thought it was 2018.
2018 in China.
It came out in 2018
here.
in China.
Oh,
2019
right.
here.
And I highly recommend if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix.
It's rad as fuck.
It's rad as fuck, and the ending is like the best part of the movie. So basically what I thought was the movie was okay. It was cool, the action was cool, nothing was special, and everything was going as is. Like I could tell everything that was going on. Then the reveal, then there's the scene where it all comes to a head. Everything gets revealed. All the cards are on the table, right? And like the twists and the twists are just, some of them were better planned than others. The part where the king faked knowing, or was like, oh, I knew everything that was going along, I knew you weren't him. That part was a little unexplained, but the fact that it had such a good, and the acting and everything was so good, and everyone was just owning this and ignoring the small little plot stuff, perfect. I don't know, that's a really good ending to me. It's just like I know it has time to the plot, but I guess a good ending will, even if it has some inconsistencies, you're totally fine with ignoring it just because of how it makes you feel.
Yeah, and how it, like I remember Shadow ending was incredibly good with how it plays out in the end. And like I especially like how the king is portrayed to be this like buffoon kind of, or like dense for most of the movie, and at the end he actually shows that he's incredibly intelligent and knew what was going on from the very beginning.
And that's something that's gotten me through quite a few jobs in life, stuff done with jobs. Working with like people, if like, if I know for a fact they're hiding something, I will act dumb and they'll just reveal it to me.
Oh, the Columbo method.
Oh, is that I haven't seen Columbo. That's the Columbo method?
Yeah, no, the whole point of the show is he finds out, or he knows who did it, but he doesn't necessarily know how they did it, and he needs to be able to prove it. So he's like, oh yeah, it's real weird. You have a gun right in your hand. Huh, jeez, I wonder how that got there. And like everybody's
Does he
like,
talk like that?
Kind of.
Okay.
He doesn't talk as high pitched as I do.
No, but the accent?
Yeah, kind of. Well, you've seen Princess Bride. He's the grandpa in Princess Bride.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but his whole shtick is he outstupids the villain.
And I think this, like I said, that's kind of what worked. That's when I started to realize, oh shit, there was enough hints that he knew what was going on. It's fine. Like, and then other reveals in the double
triple crossing.
Yeah.
Double triple
crossing. Yeah.
I want to watch it again soon.
I'd love to watch it.
And yeah, the action and the weapons they use, so cool. I love it.
Yeah, the weapons is what drew me in. The weird, the really interesting politics is what kept me in, is what made it memorable.
Yeah.
I'd love. Okay. Right before we were recording, Ed and I were having a bit of a duke out. Hector, since you mentioned emotion, one of the movies that I picked was Get Out, and it may have been a cheat because it's got two endings.
Yeah.
And
one I like.
One
she likes.
Yeah, we both like the one that we like for different reasons, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So again, for context,
just the main dude.
Yeah, the main dude. He just shot his girl. What?
Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya. He just shot his girlfriend. The blue and red lights show up, and this is where the movie diverges, because in the original ending, it cuts out and it cuts back into Andre, the best friend of the movie, seeing Daniel Kaluuya and the two of them talking between the glass. Andre wants Daniel to keep.
Daniel's in jail.
Yes.
Yeah.
He got arrested for murdering a family, the family that tried to kill him. And Andre's like, don't worry, we'll keep fighting. We got you a good lawyer. And he's like, I'm done fighting. I'm free. I'm free from them. I don't need to be any more free than I am. And that's the ending that Ed likes. I like the theatrical ending where we pan up to the cops and Andre steps out. He's like, I'm TS motherfucking A. Consider this shit handled. I love that shit. I felt, if I can say my piece on the ending, or if you want to go, Ed, I'm fine either way.
Go.
It was really refreshing to see the theatrical ending. I liked it because it showed Jordan Peele's respect for the audience. When the movie came out, it was 2016. Hector reminded me that this was like coming out right in the days of Ferguson. and like there was this huge, it was the first like breaths of Black Lives Matter, the idea like coming into mainstream. And it, if anything, it felt like, well, yeah, it felt like respect from Jordan Peele to be like, okay, this ending feel is real, but it doesn't feel appropriate for some of my audience to have to go through this actual trauma that people go through every day. And that's my piece.
Yeah. And I agree with that. I just feel that the ending that shows how life is for those people, like actually day to day. I don't know. I just feel that ending is more impactful. And I understand, like, yeah, with the things that are going on at that moment in time, and yeah, I'm okay with the ending that they chose to release it with. I just feel that the other ending has much more to say about that subject matter.
It is
really shows like
they're both
how
good
unfair
endings.
it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like it. They're both really good endings. I
agree.
I'm sure there's people on every, like, anyone. I'm sure there's a good chunk of people who agree with you. It's not even a hot take.
Yeah.
Like, I personally, I kind of agree with Ruthie on that one.
Yeah, I like them both. I just prefer the real life ending more.
It's fair.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a lot more impactful if that's your first foray into, if that's baby's first racism, then that's going to be the better. That might be,
if that's
the
your
cop
first
ending
racism.
One?
Yeah, the original one. Yeah.
I feel like if that's your first racism, that's you've led a really sheltered life.
I mean, yeah, but if you have to start somewhere, you have to start somewhere.
I get that.
Journey of 1,000 steps, or whatever the phrase is.
Yeah.
/ I am very smart.
All right.
So, time to shit on a bad ending.
I'm ready.
Wonder Woman.
Oh man, I'm not ready. I love that movie.
Oh my lord. Yes, I love 95% of that movie. I love everything about that movie.
Ed has become Reddit incarnate. Keep going.
Except the ending. It's such a good movie. It is. It truly is. Such a great movie with good commentary about everything. How Diana's like, oh, this is all Ares is doing. And Chris Pine's character is like, no, these are just humans. This is just what we do. We fight and kill each other over different opinions. And he doesn't say that once in the movie. It's said throughout the movie. Throughout the entire movie, Chris Pine is trying to make Diana understand that it's just what people do. No, but DC has to have their big CG fight at the end. So there's Ares. Oh, he was behind it all the whole time. The whole time. And Hector, don't even put in your opinion about how he wasn't behind it all. Because he was. Even though he didn't, like, actually change the people, he influenced them in that direction.
That wasn't going to be him. That was going to be me.
Yes, no, it was still Ares. It was still Ares. He still influenced them. He was still 100% behind it all. Chris Pine died for nothing.
Considering the fact that once he dies, all those people in the battle stop.
Yeah, they immediately stop. That's more proof that it was Ares behind it all. What the hell was the movie about then? what DC? Hello, the one good movie you have put out, the one good one, you still managed to.
Hey, don't disrespect the Suicide Squad like that.
Suicide Squad, the new one, does not even count as a DC movie because that's James Gunn directing it, not whatever fucking Warner Brothers was picking beforehand. No, they just grabbed this Wonder Woman movie directed by a talented director. All right. And I feel it was studio interference. Like, no, we want a fight at the end. And they just grabbed that movie and hold it in the bathtub and put a breeze block over her. And they kill the movie just off the ending because it's so bad. See, this is what I mean. The ending has to do with the plot, and it does. But when you say throughout the entire movie that this is just what people do, that Diana has a bad worldview because she is sheltered, and then she turns out to be right. Come on. It was supposed to be like about Wonder Woman learning how the real world actually works because she's super naive.
And don't forget, it was a literal fish out of water story. We'll connect to the theme well.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing about what I thought about the Wonder Woman thing? One thing that's like a half posy. I thought it was super cool that they didn't, the way that they portrayed Ares, he was setting up for World War II. I thought that was rad as shit. As soon as he was like, yeah, I'm drafting the Treaty of Versailles. I was like, that's him. I found him.
Yeah, she actually figured it out really early. That was actually really impressive.
Because the Treaty of Versailles is the piece of legislation that single-handedly designed, well, it like cemented the existence of World War II because of the stiff economic repercussions it had on Germany, which snowballed into everything.
It feels like it had two really good ideas, but it didn't mesh with each theme. So
yeah, I feel like if I didn't like the big fight, but I did like the fact that Ares was playing as a peacemaker, and that's how he was causing more war.
Ares shouldn't have been involved in general.
I know, but I'm a history nerd, and I liked that it felt like somebody did their research.
So basically, a good ending should also know when to just cut back on other ideas.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine if Ares was like actually behind it all, but Chris Pine didn't say like 7 times in the movie trying to convince Diana that it's not Ares. I'm fine if like, because they made it such a point. They did, literally. That's like the one big thing I remember about that movie, because it was such a like good thing to do. Like Diana's like, this is Ares, and Chris Pine said, no, it's not. You're dumb. You're dumb. People.
I want to kiss you.
This is just people. It ruined the entire movie, honestly. 100%. And I know people are gonna shit on me because I'm gonna be misogynist. Fuck that shit. No, it's just a bad movie. I don't care.
You're not a misogynist, though. You're not
hating on the fact that
no, but it's a
woman
movie centered around a woman. It was directed by a woman, and I hate the movie, so obviously, yeah, cut it out.
No one's thinking that, though.
For the record, I have heard someone say with their actual lips, Wonder Woman's not the protagonist of her own goddamn movie.
It's Chris Pine.
Yeah.
That was the Whedon cut. What the fuck are you talking about? That was the Whedon cut of the.
He said that Wonder Woman is not the protagonist of the movie because she does not enact anything. She's not like the Greek play the first actor of the movie. But yeah.
Does it make you upsetty that I hate the movie because of the ending?
No, because you hate it specifically because of the ending. That one, it just felt like a thought terminating cliche. It's like just writing off the entire movie.
I'm writing off the entire movie off the end. I mean,
it hits different.
Up until the end, it's still a good movie.
Exactly.
Just stop watching once before the end, right before the end, then just make up your own ending, dude.
You know what's a good ending?
What?
What's a good ending? Tell us.
Just delete Ares.
Okay.
But I like the actor.
And you know how it actually ends?
I like how he
Chris Pine sacrificing himself and Diana just standing there, and people are still fighting right there. Just ends. And then she just decides to leave, and then World War II resolves how it resolves. And she's like, he was right. I'm wrong. I need to be a stronger, more critical thinking woman.
Then I'm going to wish him back in like 60 years.
And it's going to be technically rape since the original body did not consent. Ed, you haven't seen Wonder Woman 1984?
I have seen 1984. And yeah, it is it's so weird.
It's technically rape.
It is.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing is like
statutory rape too.
She could have just made it. The thing is,
okay, not actually statutory rape. She's just like 100 something. He's like a 30-year-old dude.
Only 100 something. I thought it was implied she's a lot older.
I don't know.
We don't actually know.
Also, do you know what's the weird thing about that movie? Sorry, just a weird side tangent. Like, it's like maybe the first I was like, okay, maybe the magic's not that powerful, right? But then, like, the guy wishes for his kingdom back and a whole bunch of walls.
To say that.
So it's like, wait, so you can do this? It's not hard to just materialize a body. Excuse me, that can't be that hard.
Well, because it's a monkey's paw.
Just kill someone else. Kill a kid.
No, that's not how monkey's paw. That's not how a monkey's paw works. I know how monkey's
paw works. But here's the thing: her monkey's paw was she loses her abilities, her godlyhood, and he comes back in another body. If anything, he should be the one with the powers.
That would have actually been really fun.
I know,
that'd be like a double fish out of the water. Actually, that'd be really fun.
I don't know. I think monkey's paw is you get your wish, but like at a terrible, terrible, terrible price. And she does get her wish. He's back. But she loses her power and he's in a different body. It's just like the worst of both worlds.
But she still sees him as him, so it doesn't even matter because
No.
it's still Chris
No,
Pine throughout the
she
movie.
does not see him as him.
She visualizes him as him, though. That's
Yeah,
fine with her.
she like in
Guys,
the movie
we're losing it.
he actually okay, yeah, whatever, sorry. Anyways, yeah, huge side tangent. We can talk about it
Can
later.
I say a movie that another thing with some movies that I hate?
Yes.
Do it.
I just kind of remembered this,
Get
and I'm
into
kind
it.
of breaking one of my rules, but I can fix one of the rules for this 5 movie only. There are 2 movies, and I can say it without spoilers. Without spoilers for the second one.
Okay.
There's a movie called Men in Black International. I went and saw it years ago. I
With me and my mom.
I'm not mad. I didn't pay for it. So I got that ticket. Speaking of your mom, that was the one she paid for. So I'm not mad.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. If you're listening to this, hi. So during that movie, there's this whole thing of like everyone's like, "Oh, Chris, you've been different since like this one day." I forget his actual name, right? And there's also a bunch of like shape-shifting aliens who are taking control of other people, right? So my theory, the movie seems to be leading up to this idea of, you know, Liam Hemsworth, the lead agent at the time, and Chris were on a mission, and it's implied that he got his body taken, and then they erased the memory, and they were training this alien to be the MIB agent again, right?
Mm-hmm. To replace the MIB agent that was killed.
Yes. And I thought that's where it was going. I'm like, this is going to be a really fun twist. But nope. It was just Liam Hemsworth. And there was a lot of hints. Like, I explained it to you in the car ride. I can't remember, but if you guys see this movie, there's a lot of hints. Like, people keep saying, wow, Chris, you're really weird. Wow, it's like you're not even yourself.
And he only tells the one story over and over again.
Because that's all he remembers. And then, but nope, it's just Liam Hemsworth was the guy, and Chris found out, and he just erased his memory.
Yeah, wasn't it like he was like a sleeper agent or something?
No, that would be even better.
What?
Yes.
What's the ending?
Liam Hemsworth was the actual alien. He
no,
took
no. What's the actual? That's what yours. What's the actual?
What's the actual ending of the movie?
Liam Hemsworth's the actual alien. He brainwashed Chris Hemsworth. Liam Neeson.
Right.
Liam Neeson's the actual alien. He erased Chris Hemsworth's memory. It was the safest ending you could do.
Oh, okay. I see. I see how it is. Okay.
There was a lot, and I'm wondering if it was
terrible.
And I was like, oh, it's a red herring, right? But no, they didn't even reference it. Then you've got Hot Fuzz, which the movie has basically 2 plots because you're building up all the clues and you're like, oh, it's this. And then the movie's like, nope. You thought, because the guy explains, oh, I know it was you because this. And he's like, no, it's actually this. And it's a whole other separate way of looking at things. And it was brilliant. Hot Fuzz is one of the best movies of all time. Don't at me. Don't fucking at me.
It is a really good movie. And yeah, I remember that
don't,
yeah,
Ruthie hasn't seen it, so don't spoil, but
I know, but it's just a perception thing.
Yes.
It's just like how you look at it, it's either this guy or no, this is how it actually happened.
Yes, and it all makes sense.
So good.
It's so good. So I don't know. I feel like, I guess, if you're gonna take a risk, I guess another rule for endings. If you're gonna take a risk,
go all out.
Commit. Commit.
Yeah, don't pump the brakes.
All out on the risk. Balls. Get out. That in,
Yeah. You guys want another bad ending?
Ad Astra.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, that too. But
oh my god, will you stop about that movie? All right. I don't like the movie either.
Okay, what about a Raya the Last Dragon to clean your palate of Ad Astra?
Oh fuck!
Because
that movie gets worse.
I know, because like I don't know, I really enjoyed
almost
the movie.
As bad as Wonder Woman.
But like recently, Hector and I tried to buy a beer, and it was supposed to taste like root beer, which is my favorite soda. And it tasted great at first, and then it had a really bitter aftertaste, which ruined the whole experience. And if there is any kind of metaphor I can make for the ending of Raya, that would be it, honestly. Like they were trying, it's like, I don't even know how to quantify. It's just like, it's so messy. Like it's trying to do the Disney tie up all the loose ends, but some of those ends,
they gave him evil, nasty knots to tie him in.
They were burnt shoelaces. They just scooped up the ashes and went, here we go. It's tied somewhere.
Technically.
What? Why are all the dragons back? I don't know. Why weren't they back before? I don't know. Sisu's coming back to life. Is that a thing? I guess it is. What else am I missing?
We can forgive everyone now because it's all okay.
Yeah.
Scars from a long time. Who needs them? Who needs a long, painful process to heal?
Generational trauma.
God damn it! I'm getting heated. I'm taking a few steps.
Generational trauma. Who?
I mean, it's technically not intergenerational trauma if it only happens.
I just said generational.
It's not generational if it's within like 5 years. That's not a generation. I'm joking. It's
just take.
Ruthie looked at me like, what?
Just watch our podcast on that.
Yeah.
Or don't. I don't care.
Yeah. We're not bitter.
Honestly, bad movie.
Yeah. Because it had the good story stuff. It didn't necessarily have the shock value. Like if you had cut it at the part where they stopped the darkness, which name escapes me right now.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't fully matter.
But
if they stopped it right before all the dragons came back, that would be a good, like if they just skipped between that and like all the people coming back, that would be a good ending. Like, yeah, we survived. The dragons are all gone, but like, we're alive.
And we learned our lessons.
We're gonna team up together. That'd be a pretty good Disney ending.
Let's also just like brush over the fact how the villain could have been handled so much better. The two of them.
Yeah, we've already rehashed this, but
But like it had the story plot bits. I don't know if it had necessarily the shock. I mean, it is a kids movie.
Yeah.
Did have the emotion though.
Not the good emotion, but it had emotion.
It had emotion. Again, this is a kids movie.
It had, like I agree. Like it had the emotion there, but it was just like, again, it's just set up wrong.
Yeah.
Really.
It kind of felt like they realized they wrote themselves into a corner and then they said, meh, whatever. It's a kids movie.
We're halfway to animating this. We gotta.
Well, yeah, just kind of like, this is a movie for kids. It doesn't matter.
Could have been a good one. Oh.
That was the last of my three.
Who's next? It's a good kids movie.
What?
Spider-Verse. For one, the one death in the movie, or the two deaths in the movie, actually stick.
Oh yeah.
Which is even more ballsy than some of the Marvel shit, especially with how they die. It's fucking brutal compared to the rest of the Marvel shit.
Oh yeah.
Right, because Spider-Man in Miles Morales' universe actually just like straight up dies.
Yeah, Kingpin literally just clobbers him. And then you've got Uncle
his uncle dies.
Uncle
Aaron.
Why do uncles die for every Spider-Man?
It's a thing. Not every Spider-Man. In one universe, Uncle Ben is the Spider-Man and Peter dies.
Does he kill people?
I think he was like half retired.
Reverse Batman?
No. There is a Spider-Man. There's a few Spider-Man that kill people. One of them is where he just killed people from the beginning, and he was basically the Punisher.
Nick Cage's Spider-Man in his comics, he killed people. He fought Nazis.
Actually, the Nazis was
because he's in the war.
Well, to be fair, in that comic book, the Vulture literally eats people. He's a little cannibal.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no. Spider-Verse, sorry, just if we're talking about ones that have lessons and commit to it, fucking Spider-Verse is a golden standard.
So you talked about your 3 movies, Ruthie?
Yeah, I'm out.
I have 2 more movies to talk about. All right.
I'm ready.
Last one is kind of a joke, but one of the greatest endings. Also a shock factor ending. I love the shock endings. The Departed.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Oof. How do I talk about this ending without spoiling it?
I don't
That's
care.
really hard.
Go for it.
It's so hard to talk about this ending because literally everybody dies at the end.
Wait, what? You're hearing this? What?
No, I could just talk about it. And so the entire movie is Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt's in the movie. No, he's not in the movie.
I was gonna say, wow,
it's like else? Character names or like actor names: Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, and
I got spoiled in this movie. Go for it. Yeah, no, you're fine.
Mark Wahlberg. Okay, so yeah, the main characters: Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, and Mark Wahlberg. Right, Vera Farmiga's a little bit in there. Martin Sheen. All of those characters die except for Vera and Mark Wahlberg at the end.
Why does Mark Wahlberg get to live?
Because this is how the movie plays out. Matt Damon is a mole for the mafia, I guess, in the police, and Leonardo DiCaprio is a mole in the mafia for the police. So they're both moles, both rats, right? The captain of Leo is with Mark Wahlberg, and they kind of like are guiding him to like get as much dirt as possible. And it's like, I think it's said that it's like a couple years that he's in the gang as a mole. Same with Matt Damon, because he gets promoted throughout the movie. Enough to be part of the like the top class of the people who are in charge of there, or at least he has some information. No identities are revealed though. And eventually the captain dies. They find out about him and they throw him off a roof. And then Leo finally traps after Matt Damon, who's the mole, kills Jack Nicholson. Leo finds out about it and traps him and arrests him in like the roof of a building. And as they're coming out the elevator door opens and Leo gets blasted immediately, just killed right as the elevator doors open. And the guy that shot him is a guy that you've seen in the police. Oh, it's another rat, right? And then, and while he's arresting him, there's another cop who doesn't know Leo's the mole that was like also came down the elevator. And when he comes out, he also gets killed by I think the same dude, the same other mole.
Backstabs upon backstabs upon backstabs.
Yeah, and that's not even it.
SNL bit.
That's not even the end of it. That's not even the end of it. Matt Damon then kills the other rat. Matt Damon then kills the other rat because he knows. So kills him. So and then you're like, wait, so Matt Damon gets away with everything? Are you kidding me?
So
he does not. He does not. Leo, before his death, sends a videotape of a recording he had of Jack Nicholson and Matt Damon. So he shows it to Vera, Matt Damon's like girlfriend or fiance, and then she just leaves him. And one time when he's coming home from grocery shopping, he opens the door and inside his apartment is Mark Wahlberg, the like second in command of the captain. And he's wearing little clean room booties, clean room gloves, like covered clothing, holds a gun on him, Matt Damon. And it's like the best thing. Like Matt Damon just like looks at him, just I guess this expression of like come on. He doesn't even say anything. He's like, and then blam, kills him. And then he puts on the little clean room hoodie and Mark Wahlberg runs away scot-free. That's a good ending. That's such a shock factor ending, and it ties everything up. And it's a bittersweet ending also, because like, you know, the one you're rooting for the entire time dies, but like, you know, the bad guy got away with too much. Obviously, he's got to die.
Those are fun when everything's tied nicely.
Yeah, it sucks. I hated the ending at first when I first watched it, but incredible movie. Incredible ending. Yeah, I just spoiled like the last 30 minutes of that movie. You should watch it still, even though I spoiled the ending.
That's fine. You know what's a movie I thought did a really good, not just tying it all together, but also like thematically with all the themes?
Okay, what?
Annihilation, I think probably is like really good because it doesn't just connect it all in a nice way that everything makes sense. It leaves it a little bit like what happens next with that ending of, you know, the husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes.
Yes.
Did you just say Annihilation? Because after we watched that movie, we got our cat. That's a pretty good ending, I gotta say. We got a cat out of it.
We got a cat out of it who's been making a lot of noise this episode.
He's a stinky man.
Hi, Boomer. His name is Boomer.
Because he's a boomer.
No, he's only 2 years old.
Yeah.
I still feel really bad when I scared the shit out of him accidentally.
Oh, you're fine.
We also scared the shit out of him. Don't worry, he's a scaredy cat.
You know, and then like the whole thing with her seeing the literal kind of cancer, the literal replication, and just the self-sabotage she was doing to herself.
Literally with the
yes.
Well, are you talking about
destroying her marriage?
Well, destroying her marriage, but then also like
destroying herself emotionally and physically with the literal copy.
And then also seeing like the destruction in the lighthouse and around it.
Yeah. Okay. No, the whole movie just fits thematically beautifully. Like, I don't know. I think those are like my favorite movies. I think that's also why I have a hard on for Spider-Verse. It's just like it, besides it just connecting well, like flowing well, if it can find a way to really get the theme and the core of the theme into the movie, it's an A+ in my book. That's my last one. I was going to mention Parasite, but you know what? I don't want to talk. I'm not worthy of talking about Parasite in this podcast.
You can if you want to.
Well, there's just, I don't know what else to add. It's the same thing I just said, basically. And
it
like
fits with the theme and everything.
Yeah, and like you can see the ending coming. Maybe not to the extent, I'm being vague because I don't want people to like get Parasite.
It's like it builds up and you know what it's talking about, and like Now, I'm speaking from hindsight. I've only seen it the one time, but with Parasite, like you're seeing all the building blocks, you're seeing everything play out. At least for me, I was not observant enough to like really know what was going to happen until like right before it was like, oh shit.
Because it can do anything. Because I think that's on purpose. Because like as soon as the halfway point hits and the genre shifts, that point you're like, okay, this was super unexpected. So like you have an idea of where the movie's going, but you're always left unsure, which I think is a good way, I guess, to get to the ending.
Because it's already flipped on its head once. Does it have the chutzpah to do it again?
And did it so masterfully too, like even subconsciously, like, can this be done? So I think that's also, I guess, a good ending. I guess I have something to add about that. Yeah. Thanks, you guys. Movies.
Yeah. And then the greatest ending to ever happen, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Such a cop-out ending. It's a literal cop-out ending.
But it works in a way that a lot of movies can't pull off.
Yeah.
It's because they're just goofy and they've already broken the fourth wall and broken everything so often.
Yes, but
and the thing is that they show the cop like investigating the people that they killed.
They do build it up.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I loved it. It does feel a little just like, ugh, really? But it works.
It's even better when you realize they did this because they ran out of money.
Yeah. They didn't have the money for the horses to begin with, so they used coconuts.
The movie's a grand example of just like, yeah, we have limitations. It's still it makes it better. It can make it better.
Oh, what is your name? What is your favorite color? Red, no blue.
No.
Great film.
What is the land speed velocity of like
airspeed velocity?
Airspeed velocity of like what bird was it?
A swallow.
A coconut laden swallow. Is it African or European?
I don't know that. Well, I don't know that.
It's such a
amazing.
Comedies are weird. Comedies, I don't know. They're weird when it comes to comedy movies because it's like, how do you measure an ending? Because the whole purpose is to laugh. Yeah, I know, but like, if you're trying, you have to have a story. You can't just have random jokes most of the time. Like that's like, what's that movie 49 that everyone hates?
Monty Python is just a combination of skits that keeps the same characters.
But there has to be.
What plot is there?
They're going on the way to Camelot. There's this thin amount of stuff going on.
And they get arrested.
Austin Powers 3, I won't say what, because I'm still trying to get Hector to watch those movies. It has a very similar ending to Monty Python, and I feel like it does it pretty well. I love those movies, and I will pick them over Bond every time. I'm exclusively saying this to annoy you. I hope you know that.
Watch Casino Royale. Read a synopsis of Quantum of Solace. Watch Skyfall. Watch Spectre. Watch No Time to Die.
Have you seen Austin Powers and Austin
No,
Powers
I never will.
Goldman? Coward. Okay, I'll tell you what. Wait. Ed, I will watch the Bond movies, all of the Bond movies.
Of at least
the Daniel Craig ones.
Don't watch Quantum of Solace. I will save you that much.
No, I'll watch all of them if you will watch Austin Powers. And only if you watch Austin
Hector, have
Powers.
you seen all the Daniel Craig movies?
I've only seen Skyfall at a friend's house. It was all right.
And if I watch them,
God. The Bond movies are like, these 5 are like a continuous story. You can't just watch Skyfall. You gotta watch them all.
He rented it.
If both of you watch all 5, you don't need to watch the second one. Just read what happens in the movie. If you want, I will watch Austin Powers.
All three.
Feels like an unfair trade because there's 5 Daniel
I want you to watch Austin Powers.
Ruthie and I will each pick a different movie for you to watch.
Nacho Libre.
That's hers. I'll pick a different one.
I'm not forcing you to watch Quantum of Solace. I'm telling you to watch 4 movies, so I'm watching 4 movies.
But Nacho Libre is one we've been wanting to watch.
Yeah, Nacho Libre.
We've been trying for years.
Okay, maybe. We'll see. Anyway.
I'm watching 4 movies because I'm telling you to watch 4 movies. I'm telling you to read Quantum of Solace because it's a terrible movie and you don't want to sit through it.
I'm making you sit through 3 terrible Austin Powers movies, though.
I know, and I'm making you sit through 4 incredible movies. Except Spectre. Spectre's kind of bad. Spectre's kind of bad, actually, yeah.
You know, it's a movie that was like kind of bad. I didn't want to mention it, but
do it.
I didn't like the ending of Devil All the Time.
Why didn't you like it?
It felt like it explained everything, and I get the whole point is like, life's funny that way, kind of a thing. You know, because like all these loose things kind of connected at the end.
Your opinion is wrong.
It just felt a bit like much on that whole like It was a fun.
Wait,
it's
are you referring to like the very end when he's like snapping in the hitch while he's hitchhiking, or like everything
as soon after he runs away?
Yeah,
and he runs into the
serial killer
into
couple?
the serial killer couple.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from that point on, I still liked the movie. I just thought it was a bit like, and I get the whole point of it was supposed to lead up. It was a fun writing exercise, but I feel like it's like, if you just set up these pieces and just make them all connected, of course, I don't know, it's a weird movie. I don't know how to explain it. I like the movie. It's just I don't think the ending kind of hit.
It fits so much in there. I get what you mean.
It feels like inauthentic in a sense.
Yeah. Here's the thing though, like I know it's technically supposed to be implausible. When I watched the movie, I felt like a weird sense of nostalgia, and I don't know why.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, it's like
same.
a story your grandparents would have told you, or at least that's the experience I got.
Minus a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. My grandfather did not kill his sister's rapist.
Minus the rated R stuff.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, it felt like a rambly story that my papa used to tell. Like he'd pull me up in his chair and be like, oh yeah, when I was a kid, like, and then that happened and that all tied into this.
Yeah. I like how it's just chaos, coincidence.
Yeah.
Because like that's how the world is. That's how the universe is. It's just random chance.
The part that wouldn't have bothered me as much was the fact that the same sheriff who helped him as a kid was also trying to shoot him down. That's the part where it felt like, okay, the connections are a little too much.
Well, and he's the brother of the
exactly.
Yeah.
That's that piece. That piece specifically is what kind of got me. Like,
I really, I enjoyed that movie much more than I thought it would.
No,
it's still not as good as it's still not like a amazing movie. It's a really good movie though.
It's
in
so
my
good.
opinion.
It's just kind of like it leaves a weird taste in my mouth because it's like to get to the ending, it kind of has to set up these pieces that it felt like slightly inorganic, and I know it's a weird take. Like I don't hate it. I still like it.
It is inorganic, and that's what I like it.
Fair enough.
Chaos.
It didn't feel. That's the thing. It didn't feel chaotic. It felt
it's
organized.
a ladder.
Chaos is a ladder.
Yeah.
Life finds a way. Yeah. Good endings evoke a strong emotion. It ties into the plot of the movie as well. Like it has to make sense. You can set it up as much as you want, like Wonder Woman, but actually tie that in to the ending and make it nice.
Not just tying into the story. Hector had a good point. If it can tie in with the themes of the movie.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. Obviously, the themes like Bong Joon-ho. Wait, that's director, Parasite director, Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah.
Watch all those movies. They're all like same theme, but they're all work so well in the theme. All of his endings, even The Host, which is a really weird ending.
I haven't seen it.
Wait, he directed The Host?
Yeah.
It's the Stephanie Meyer one?
No.
Okay, I was about to be very confused.
Oh, I thought that wasn't a joke.
No, I thought
movie.
that was okay.
No, there's a Korean movie called The Host.
Yeah, like it ties into the story. Don't make the same mistake as Wonder Woman, or don't make the same mistake as Repo Man for that. Ties into the theme. Don't make the same mistake as Wonder Woman for that. And emotion.
Wasn't that the first
La La Land. The ending made me feel so much. The ending of La La Land is probably
Ed, you said emotion twice.
Yeah, oh my bad. I was
because
repeating
he felt
myself.
so strongly about it, Ruthie. It's fine. It's the emotion of it.
Yeah. I don't know. Just that movie, La La Land, is the movie that has made me feel the most at the end, and so many different things because it shows you so much. I was sad. I was angry, happy, depressed.
Like cheating. Again, you're getting 7. We said 5.
My
max.
Bad. Those 3 things I think are the most important in a movie.
I feel like we got up to 5. Hector, what are we missing?
What do you mean?
We got up to like 5 points.
Did we?
I thought so.
I don't remember.
I could have sworn.
No, it was like theme, makes sense. Not just
makes sense in the story.
Shock factor. Shock factor can work if you're careful with it and it has to make sense to the plot.
But if you do take a risk, take the risk.
Take the risk.
Take the risk. Yes.
Take the shot, Piglet.
Anyway.
Yeah. Shock factor isn't necessary, but those are, I think, the most important things. Just those 3 for an ending in the movie, at least. 4 things. Have the balls, I guess.
The chutzpah. The Moxie.
Tell us your favorite or least favorite endings for a movie. We'd love to hear it. Also, call me or say mean things to me about my opinion about Wonder Woman. Yeah, that's the episode for today. A discussion
wow, you're
episode.
like the Jesus of wanting to be canceled for no goddamn reason. Go off.
Yeah, dude.
You want to crucify yourself.
Upside down. I was reshoot. We
Get them
didn't
off.
do what the title is, but yeah.
I mean, we kind of did. We
Kinda,
kind of just
yeah.
like, this is what we like out of endings. This is like our cheat code. Like, I don't like the ending. Refer to our endings episode. How to fix that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be kind of cheap if we do that. Like,
I don't mean that. Like, we're actually going
artificially
to
get more views.
Artificially. I mean, hey, I know, but I think it's good to reference just like our past episodes. Like, if we want to hurry something up
Yeah.
about the ending, it's like you can refer to our
Oh, yeah, we
endings
can just say
episode to kind of get more details on what I think about this kind of ending kind of
Yeah.
thing. I think that's fine. Do you want to
Yeah,
cut?
fair enough.
Yeah.
It does kind of delve into our psyches on what we believe endings should be.
Yeah.
I'm personally fine with also being surprised on endings. Like I don't mind. It's some endings will probably break the rules of what I think is a good ending. That's fine. Then I love it. That's fine too.
Yep. There's a lot of good movies with bad endings.
There's just a lot of good movies.
There are.
What's worse is there's times where there's like really good concepts and they'll just never get made.
Oh man. You know what movies like that? And I'm gonna edit this out. The Invention of Lying. That was the first movie I saw the trailer of, and then I saw like the actual content, and I was deeply disappointed. Deeply.
Yeah.
I wasn't even like too interested. Like the trailers were all focused on like sex and stuff, and even tiny asexual me was like, nah. But then they like Ricky Gervais had to make it like his soliloquy on atheism, and I was not vibing.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, that movie had a weird effect on me. Also, I feel like he didn't need to put in that stuff. It was it could have been such a fun movie.
Yeah, there was
But it
so much
wasn't.
potential to it, and it instead of me being entertained with this idea of what if the world never lied, I became the opposite of a Ricky Gervais stan.
Yeah, I feel that movie should have just been silly as hell. Would have been so much better.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you meant. That's what you took from what I said. I meant more like someone made like a 30-second fan video of like Bloodborne animated like Samurai Jack.
Oh man, I wish that existed.
Yeah.
I took the opposite meaning of something that existed, but the idea is interesting, and then I fucked it up.
Oh, there's that too. I was just thinking like there's like fun like some fans will come up with some good stuff, and it's like damn, those never happened. Or like.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish that never happened. Wait, grades?
We're not doing grades.
I was
Wonder Woman's an F.
Ruthie, you're getting an A+ just because I love you and you're my wife, and I don't want to sleep in the couch tonight.
Wonder Woman gets an F.
Huh?
Repo Man gets an F.
Ed gets a C+. He's a chill dude, and I give myself an F just so I can be more persecuted than Ed is.
Oh yeah, you're gonna leave my hot take in, right?
That you don't like Wonder Woman?
The Invisible Man hot take.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
No. If you want my real hot
too
take,
many
no.
movies.
If we're gonna actually get to see who gets more persecuted, my real hot take is
I already gave my Godfather take. You guys are both cowards.
No, I'm giving my take now. Doesn't matter. A lot more movies, especially action movies, should be more animated than live action. Case in point, almost every Marvel movie could work just as well animated, if not better.
Yeah. Why aren't there any animated movies for young adults or adults?
There are, just no one watches them.
I mean, there's a lot of like animated TV shows. If you watch more animated TV shows, more animated movies might come out of it.
No, you're right.
I'm right, and I should say it.
But yeah, no.
Did you hear my point, Ed, or do you need me to repeat it?
Repeat it, please. Sorry.
If you watch a lot more like adult animation cartoons a la Bob's Burgers and Inside Job, I mean, more movies will come of it. Bob's Burgers
I know,
is
but
getting a
they're
movie.
all comedies.
Okay.
Samurai Jack got a TV show. That show's not really got an adult ending.
I
to the
know,
show.
but why can't we have animated shows or animated movies that are not comedies geared towards adults or young adults? Like, come on.
Genndy Tarkovsky is single-handedly doing that in America. You got
Primal.
Primal's fucking. I'm like 4 episodes in.
I haven't seen Primal.
4 episodes in. That shit's fun.
Zero dialogue, right?
Yeah.
Minimal. Yeah. There's no talking. The only reason I know the main character's name is it's in the end credits. Yeah, Yeah, I'm not even joking. It's like the shortest credit scene I've ever seen. What? But no, it's. I guess if you want, I guess anime works because I know there's some like really good.
Yeah, I know, but still, like I
Like
don't want.
He's
Bebop.
talking about Western animation.
I
know.
want. I mean, we got Invincible, so that's something.
Yeah.
Can we count Avatar?
Avatar is technically Western, but it's not fully adult. It's a kids show. It
goes over some very dark themes.
Yes, but it's a kids show.
But it does it so well, though.
I mean,
yes. So does a lot of other things.
Okay. Here's my real deep take.
Hot take.
If you want a better Game of Thrones, watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. It does similar ideas and structure done better.
Nope, not even close. Your opinion is wrong.
The themes of Avatar and the themes of Game of Thrones are so different.
I mean, if you want the same kind of like fantasy adventure.
No. Adventure?
Again, different.
Has he even seen Game of Thrones?
No. That's what I'm talking out my ass. I'm trying to get the worst take.
No, but your take has to make a little bit of sense.
You guys were agreeing with me, so no.
No, I wasn't agreeing with you.
No, with the more action movie should be animated.
Yes, that's not a hot take in my opinion, though.
No, it's a hot take. One that people are supposed to disagree with.
Game of Thrones animated would be rad as shit.
No, yeah, a hot take. No, a hot take is not a thing that most people should disagree with. It's just a take that is very polarizing, very controversial, in my opinion.
Can I explain then a little more what I meant with the Game of Thrones?
Avatar, because it's wrong.
No. My take on it is okay. You got a globe-trotting adventure because I know, like Game of Thrones, there's a lot of different stuff. Season 2 introduces a shit ton of politics, so you got some of that politics with the whole Earth Kingdom shenanigans with the king, and then you've got all these dark themes like genocide and shit. It does similar. It has some of the similar.
It's got the same elements, but here's the thing.
Funny. Anyway.
Okay.
Keep going.
The points that you mentioned, each one of those are literally the opposite end of the spectrum. Game of Thrones is only like globe trotting, like
because of the different point of view characters that you have. We get the firebending experience with. I mean, we do that with Zuko and Arrow.
Game of Thrones sounds kind of boring.
It is kind of boring.
I'm just saying it's just looking pissed. It's working.
I'm not. I don't think it's boring, but like,
no, I'm joking.
There are a lot of bits.
You want a bad ending? Game of Thrones.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean, though. It was more of a joke.
Cowardly.
Okay, I was inspired because some guy I knew on Facebook was like, he liked Game of Thrones up until last season. He's like, guys, if you want something to fill that hole in your heart, Avatar: Last Airbender.
Yeah,
but it doesn't feel the same thing.
It doesn't. It's not the same thing.
I know. That's what inspired me to do this. I'm not actually I'm not honestly believing this take.
Yeah.
Okay.
My real take though is the more action movies could definitely do better being animated.
Game of Thrones needed at least 2 more seasons.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
They literally got a blank check, and George told them like, "Hey, take your time," and they're like, "No, we want that Disney money," and then the Disney money got pulled out after that horrible ending.
Yep. That's so. I love that justice. Just
now that's an ending.
That's an ending. They're like, all right, last season, and Disney's like, you guys have been doing really good. You want to direct some Star Wars movies? And they're like, yes. And they rush the ending, and they're like, Disney's like, the fuck did you guys do? No, fuck that. Look at somebody else. And then they pick J.J. Abrams.
We already wrecked one trilogy.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you do it again.
Oh, supposedly the Rian Johnson trilogy got shelved. I'm disappointed.
Rian Johnson made the best Star Wars movie. I don't know why people always keep shitting on it. Yes, it has some bad stuff.
High five.
Okay, here's our hot take.
It has some bad stuff. It has some bad stuff, but it is the best of the new trilogy. And it is so fixable. And this trilogy would have been so much better if they just kept the Rian Johnson shit he set up.
Do you know
out with the old, in with the new?
Do you want to know something? You want to fix this whole mess and undo it? If you could go back in time, if I was in charge of Disney, say, you know what? Do you want us to 7, 8, 9? We're not going to do that yet. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do Knights of the Old Republic. No one's going to see that shit coming. Let's do a Knights of the Old Republic trilogy. Let's do fucking Revan.
And then they could
and then Carrie Fisher dies, and then Harrison Ford dies.
No one knows. Harrison Ford's still alive.
I know.
I'm saying, like, in the meantime. But if they did the Knights of the Old Republic, they'd actually have time to sit down and write and plan all the trilogy.
That was my thought process. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the episode. Give us your bad or good endings.
You can find us on
They
our
mean things to me.
Please don't forget to give us a good rating and subscribe, follow us on this podcast or on our social media, which is our Twitter and our Instagram.
Okay, yeah, and our handles at Reshoot Podcast for Insta, at Reshoot Movie PO1 for Twitter.
So give us a listen.
Yeah. All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.